in the winds.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool. We started over here on this quadrangle, and we're going to end over there on that quadrangle. And I'm just going to show, like, we don't, maybe Lainey was explaining this yesterday, we don't have like campsites we have to go to. We have zones. And so this map set has all of the zones written on it. Some of the map sets we gave to y'all's cook groups have the zones, some don't. You can tell we like write these on ourselves. And so there were only so many in the drawer that had like all the information. But it's pretty cool. We should this whole expedition, we should in theory be the only course camping in our zone at a time. And that is like one way we like get to like all share the space without impacting other visitors, other NOLS courses. And I just want to walk you through the whole thing because it's pretty cool, and I'm going to point out things that I love along the way.
Yeah.
Because I'm psyched, and I think you should be too. Okay, so we got dropped off like kind of here on what looks like a road, and then we walked up this way on this it looks like the highway on the map, but it was actually that 2-track. And then we split over, and then we got on our trail. We walked up here, boop, 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 and then there's a trail over here, and then we're roughly like, our tents were like roughly there at that X. And then today, we're gonna keep walking that 2-track like out by the tents, which in some point is supposed to turn into a trail. We'll see what happens. Up this Sweeney Creek trail, pack trail, and you can see the dotted blue lines means like a seasonal drainage. We got some rain last night, so maybe there's some water in there, but we're like towards the end of the season, so there's not like a snowfield feeding that. Probably not a snowfield feeding that, which is why I'm like, people drink water and then carry water. Because I don't want to be that thirsty. So we'll take this trail all the way up, and then we'll just follow along the edge between the Sweeney and the chain NOLS zone. Take this trail to this X here, between these two little ponds. That's the first time, when we get to camp, is the first time today that we're like very sure we'll find water. Which is why, water, 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 people drink it while we got it. Yeah.
We're sure from 68, sure?
Not that sure. We're pretty sure there's water here in the ponds. And if there's not water here in the pond, then like there's these other ponds and like bigger lakes that we can jump up to. We were thinking like 4 or 5. You measured it?
I think it was about 5.
About 5.5 miles.
Let's get it.
Yeah.
So how long does that like usually take?
So typically, NOLS courses walk about 2 miles an hour on trail, and then add an hour for every 1,000 feet of elevation gain. So if I did that real fast, and then you only count gain. So if you go like this, you don't save any time on the downhill. You just like keep adding the gain. I haven't calculated it all, so I can roughly say we're at like 8,200 feet, and then we're going to like 9,600 feet. So like add another hour and a half for elevation, loosey-goosey. This is also like our first big day with packs, so like add a little more. Okay, so that's tonight, and then tomorrow we're gonna follow this trail up into here, through these lakes, through these lakes. We're gonna try to stick to trails because this whole area has a lot of deadfall. There's like a bad fire here 10 years ago maybe, and then all these like small pines have fallen, and it is like really cool to like do like climbing up and down and under, and you've like walked 100 feet without touching the ground, and it goes like so slow and like high likelihood ankle sprain and stuff like that. So we're gonna kind of avoid, you know, like if we were birds, we could just fly to here, which that'd be cool. But instead we're people, so we're gonna walk up here, and then we're gonna come around, and we're gonna bop off the map for like a quarter mile. Woo! Sorry about that, team. Didn't realize that's where the trail went. Missed that corner. And then we're gonna camp in here somewhere. And now we're getting to the more like, we haven't picked the X's for every night of our camp. So then we're here roughly, And then the next day we want to be over here. And I think it'd be cool, like, looking at this feature, this, like, alpine rock, no trees, gigantic bowl with, like, only one outlet. Looks pretty cool to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of like, I'd like to go at least explore in there. Like, maybe we don't want to camp in this, like, exposed boulder field. It could be an exposed boulder field. I don't know. I've not been in there. Maybe we camp down here, but we want to, like, doesn't that look cool? I think it looks cool. And I've never been up there. And I've walked by it. I've, like, walked over here and, like, walked over here and, like, missed it, so.
Walked.
Yeah.
I flew.
Just walked.
Flew.
Just walking around.
Is that a spot for trout fishing?
Yeah, so then our fishing days start when we get the next day, I think. I don't remember.
The 4th and the 5th. Possibly.
Yeah, I've lost count. But this, like, Pipestone is awesome fishing. Firehole is awesome fishing. And then there's 2 days we'll be in Raid, which is also pretty good fishing. The Raid has, like, good fishing, but a lot of people know that. And there's, like, a trailhead over here. And so, like, the fish know what a fisher person looks like. They're a little smarter. The fishies are a little smarter over here, but in here, like, fewer people explore. And, like, this Firehole Lakes is, like, one of the coolest places. IMO.
How does the fishing like change the day? Like, do we stop like in the middle?
To right there. And then we'll have all afternoon to eat food, so we don't have to carry it so far.
That's awesome.
Okay, people, we're like, that's like the midpoint of our hiking section, our re-ration. We've gotten all the way over here. And then my memory starts to get a little bit fuzzier. We like jump up over like Bonneville Pass. So we'll like come up here and now we're off trail. So we did like a first ration period, mostly on trail. The like first day of our next ration period. At least the trail's not marked, but a lot of people go that way, so we might see signs. We're gonna bop in here, pew, and then drop into the East Fork Valley, which is absolutely beautiful. There's like, I don't remember what these are called, but I can look it up. It's like when a mountain was in the middle of a glaciated valley and the mountain like survived the glacier and like slid over, like the glacier like slid over the mountain. It creates really cool rock climbing. It's called Midsummer Dome. What's it called?
Is it a moat?
A moat?
No.
I don't remember. You could say it and I'd be like, yeah, I have no idea, but I have it written down in my Kindle.
Surrounded by glaciers, then.
So this is like a really cool rock climbing formation if you want to we don't have climbing gear, but you can get excited about rock climbing. And then I'm gonna have like a really like conflict of, I'm gonna have like a challenging conflict of ethics because my favorite campsite in the Winds is right here. But we're supposed to camp in this zone that is adjacent. So I'm gonna do some soul searching as we approach.
Okay, I would love to talk you
We could at
into
least
the best
go
thing.
look at it, right? And then walk
Exactly.
again and like go camp over there. But this place is like actual magic.
We want to see magic.
It's like Pan's Labyrinth, actually, in all of the beautiful, not scary ways. Okay, so then and it's out of the way. So if we like came through here and then camped over here, the next move is that way. So we'd have to like come like a couple miles out of our way to right here. But it's really beautiful. And it's like special. It's not like beautiful, like big vistas, like cover of the postcard. It's like beautiful in like sneaky ways. Anyway, I'm really
It's
sorry.
if we don't go now.
I know.
Yeah, we're not going. Just kidding, we're not going. Okay, so then we might like ride this trail back up over here, down to Shadow Lake, and then I don't totally remember the best way to bop into the Cirque of the Towers, which is like one of the most famous places in the Winds. We'll see other people here, because it's awesome. And it's like a 7-mile hike in from another trailhead. But this is like, if you are already thinking climbing might be cool, but you're like not totally sure, and then you like learn some skills on this course, you will like probably put on your like life bucket list to like come and climb in here. And we'll get to look at it. And it is so cool. Yeah, so Big Pass, I think we go like this way and bop in there. There is like a sneak in here that's like a really steep, but possible. Anyway, and then we come into Lonesome Lake, and now we're about like halfway through the second re-ration, and we get a few days here in Lonesome Lake, where we might like cover some curriculum. There's an opportunity to climb Mitchell Peak, which is right on the edge of the Cirque of the Towers. There's a possibility that like if we want to break into like smaller groups, one group could climb Mitchell, one group could climb Sundance Pinnacle, which is really cool. Yeah, there's some options. One group could do lots of fishing. And we're sort of thinking like, is independent student group like travel and expeditions going to be something we'll do? Ours will transition into the Shoshone National Forest. We'll leave Bridger Teton, go into Shoshone.
What are the names coming from? The papoose and...
Oh, it's the NOLS zone.
Okay.
And like generally something in the zone is named what the zone is named. So Papoose Lake is here.
Okay.
Lonesome Lake is here, so the name is Lonesome. Temple Peak is here, so this is Temple.
Thanks.
But Andy Blair, who works in the office, like literally made them up.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's what I was wondering. Like, are these common names or? But they
The
relate
places
to,
are things are common. So like people might know, oh yeah, Lonesome Lake. I went fly fishing in there. It was so cool. But they'll be like, Lonesome. Ah yes, that's zone 508.
Yeah.
Andy Blair would be like 508. Yeah, Lonesome. Okay, so then we come in here. I don't know. We might be in Bayer, Pinto Park. Pinto Park's really beautiful too. And then we come down into Roaring Fork maybe, and we get we're gonna pass right by. Where's Chimney? Anyway, oh, right here. We're gonna pass right by Wind River Peak at some point when we come around, which we'll probably get a good view of it. Our route doesn't like set us up to climb it, but it's the highest point in the southern winds. Dinwiddie Peak is the highest point in the northern winds. It's a cool mountain. If people are really into trail running, it's like an objective that people do from Lander a lot, which is crazy to me. They run from over here to over there. And
You said you won't be able to climb that peak?
I don't think so, but we'll be able to look at it, and it's like really cool to see. And then we come into Fairfield on this Middle Poposia River. This is the river that ran by ASI. So we'll be back in the like same drainage. If you like were to pee in the river, which I don't recommend, maybe you would, if you like went to the swimming hole by ASI, you would like bathe in your own pee or something.
I thought you were supposed to pee in a river if you have the option to.
Really big rivers, yeah, like big glacial rivers in Alaska. The rivers here are like a little small to pee in, especially this time of year. And then we come here, and that is where we'll get picked up. There'll be a van here with a trailer of climbing gear, or a bus driver with instructions on how to get our van of climbing gear, and then we'll drive this like mile to our base camp, where hopefully we have like lights and speakers and a soda stream, and a pinstripe jumpsuit. And we'll go climbing in Sinks Canyon, and then at the end, we'll just drive down this road. And ASI is like over here.